This is the Schneider pool, a pool proudly serviced by Clearview Pool Care. Just so you know, it's advertising for Clearview Pool Care. Here's the thing, there's some copper. This thing's been pieced together a little at a time over the years. We've certainly seen that before. That old brass pump down there is what's coming out. But we'll start at where the water starts. Okay, man, that was a ridiculous loop right there. That was just dumb. But I mean, you know, here's an intake. There's a valve, and there's a valve there. So I mean, one of them goes to the pool, and one of them goes, I don't know. There's probably another port somewhere. Okay, there is where it comes in. Actually, see, that could be a suction or a return the way this is hooked up. Okay, that one's off by itself. That comes up, copper, and then, you know, obviously the suction line is right there. And then this valve, opened or closed, determines whether that is a suction port or a return port, because the water coming out of the heater either goes to this valve and then down into the ground, which goes back to the pool, one would certainly hope, or can be diverted over here to this valve, the aforementioned valve, which would, you know, if it goes past that, it could theoretically circle back on itself and back through the pump again, or back down this pipe again, which could now, depending on how you set it up, be a return line or a suction line. This is kind of a mess. All three of those are going to have to be sweated off. Okay? I can't get any of these valves to work. None of them turn. 1, 2, 3 copper lines going into the ground. They got to all be sweated off. I don't know if they have to be sweated back on or not. I'm going to have to dig down a little bit to get enough pipe to tie onto no matter what. I'm going to need a second pair of hands on this thing, because that heater and that filter, and the pump for that matter, but those two are the more difficult things, are going to have to come over this wall, okay, because they won't fit through here. So that's got to be picked up. And then this is what I'm dealing with up here. Maybe we could get the gardeners to cut some of that back, and maybe you can make a phone call on that. Get some of this stuff cut out beforehand, so it'll be easier to get that stuff out of the way. This is I don't know how much you got in this thing, but this is definitely a job that should be walked. Should have been walked before we put in a bid. That's all.